As you know, this channel is a free resource for every social media manager. Today's video is going to be yet another important masterclass for you. One of the most important tasks of a social media manager is to create a social media content calendar. Stay tuned to this video because all you need to do is take notes and get started with creating an effective and result-oriented content calendar for yourself and your clients. What's up, my social tribe? If you are new here, I am Dr. Khushbu Pandya, your social media bestie, and every week I bring you videos to elevate your social media professional career and help you create your financial freedom. Why is a content calendar so important? Creating and posting content on social media is tricky. If you don't plan, you might miss an important dates for posting, you might get inconsistent, and majorly you get overwhelmed by constant pressure to post on multiple social media platforms. Spending a little time in brainstorming and planning the content for your social and creating social media calendar is much more efficient. That way, you've got dedicated time to create, tweak, proofread, and schedule posts. Social media content calendars don't just make your workday less stressful, but they also make it easy to create an effective content mix for your audience and allows you to reach the largest possible audience strategically. Well, I'll give more benefits of social media calendar later in this video. Firstly, it is important to know what is a content calendar and how to create one. So, what is a content calendar? A content calendar is an overview of your upcoming social media posts that is organized by dates. This is much similar to how you use a date calendar to plan your trips or festive parties or weddings. A content calendar records all your future posts with a date and helps you stay organized with your social media campaigns and review ongoing strategies. A content calendar can look like a spreadsheet, a Google Calendar, or any interactive dashboard like Hootsuite, Airtable, etc. What it basically consists of is date and time of your post to be published, the social media platforms where the post needs to go live, the copy or the asset that needs to be published, and lastly, the captions, links, or tags to be included with the post. Every social media content calendar is built with personalization. That is, I might build mine with my preferences. Someone else might have their own preferences that suit their needs and requirements. Hence, one cannot copy and paste the content calendar just like you can't copy paste someone else's success. You can only take inspiration from others and build your own content calendar. So now let's take a look at how to create a content calendar. Before building your social media posting calendar, you need a clear picture of your existing social media accounts. Auditing is the first step in building a profitable content calendar. You need to check the current flow of content, its engagement ratio, check for comments and audience feedback, check which posts have performed best and which haven't, check for any errors done in copies, etc. All these checks will give you a fair idea on what's working on your accounts the most. Your analytics will provide clues about how your posting frequency or the time of posting impacts your engagement and conversations. If you are creating a fresh content calendar from scratch, this is your chance to start framing your audience's pain points. Because you might not have the data history, you can't perform audits. In this case, you can simply audit your competitors' accounts to know what's going on in the industry, and if there are any interesting questions asked by your competitors' audience, take these feedbacks and questions as your starting point. The second step in creating a social media content calendar is to choose your social media channels and the content mix. Deciding what kind of content to post on which social media channel is one of the key parts of a social media strategy. This decision is important in building a clear and strong content calendar. For deciding what platforms to choose, you should know where your target audience is. If you do not know where your target audience is, you can either research about it or simply start with the most popular social media channel, because you will eventually attract your audience through your content and vibe. And that's my low budget hack to start social media marketing for any business or profession. If you are low on resources for conducting research, or if you do not know how to research about your target audience, just create the content for your audience and start with one social media platform. This saves your time and efforts too, but make sure who you are targeting are clear in your mind. Be very clear in your communication strategy. Talk directly to them just like a first person conversation. For example, my target audience is a social media manager. You will find me talking to this niche in my videos as well. I want to help social media managers around the world to become pro SMM and level up their skills in managing and marketing for their clients. Hence, I chose YouTube to create educational content for every SMM globally. I hope this makes sense to you. Moving ahead, the decision of creating a right and effective content mix for your audience can be made by adapting to two popular marketing strategies. These marketing strategies are adopted globally by many marketers, and it's considered to be the standard marketing strategies for deciding content mix. The first strategy is rule of thirds. In this strategy, 1/3 of your content is dedicated to promoting your business, creating posts that are promotional and helps in marketing your offerings to your target audience, which will drive conversations around your business and funnels down to bring sales. The next 1/3 of the content is dedicated to curated content. The content that is curated through collating views, thoughts, perspectives, facts, figures, researches, data, etc. from the industry experts and thought leaders. These people might be trusted personalities and organizations in your industry. Hence, you can create posts by collecting valuable insights and quotes from these resources and present them in your own unique ways, giving a soft touch of your branding in visuals and making the posts look representable and visually appealing to your audience. The art of curation lies in editing and arranging the information in such a way that invites people to read or watch and absorb information in crisp and interesting form. And the last 1/3 of the content is dedicated to creating posts that involves personal interaction with your followers. Making social media social and human is very important, and for that you need to connect and bond with your audience. Sharing things like failures, mistakes, blunders, laughs and jokes, fun moments, sad moments, happy moments, and exciting times, highs and lows, etc. All of these emotions convey that the brand is made of humans and we all care for each other. This part of content really makes your business social and helps you create emotional connect with your followers. Brands like Coca-Cola, Saffola, Amul, Maggi, Nestle are great case studies for learning how to create emotional bond with your customers through storytelling. Brands like Paperboat and Zomato are loved on social media because their posts ignite emotions. So, the rule of thirds strategy is a great way to divide your content into 3 pillars: promotional content, informational content, and personal content. If you ask me what results can be driven from this type of content, let me share some interesting things. Promotional content, as you know, would result in actions like leads and sales. Informational content creates shares and visibility, resulting into digital word of mouth. And personal content creates emotional bonds and long-term sustainable relationships with your audience, which later results in strong word of mouth and guaranteed sales. So, you should know your objectives to create content for social media, and hence the second popular strategy to decide your social media content mix is the 80-20 rule. This is the simplest way to divide your content pillars into 2 segments. 80% of the content is dedicated to creating informational, educational, and entertaining posts, while the rest 20% of content is dedicated to promotional posts. The 80-20 80-20 rule is similar to the rule of thirds in terms of content pillars, but the only division is a bit different. Instead of creating 3 segments, here we divide the content into 2 simple segments. Dedicating 20% of your content to promotions and marketing of your offerings makes sure that you are selling your brand with intentional content. 80% of the content, which can be anything like informational, personal, shareable, inspirational, motivational, etc., make sure that you are not over promoting and not bombarding your audience with excessive promotions. This strategy really works because it strikes a balance if you really play smart with your content. For example, the Instagram page of Kellogg's India is a collection of cereal recipes for its cereal loving community. No promotion, just information. Yet every post is promoting the brand's product in interesting way. So, I hope these strategies help you create the right content mix. Now let's move further in steps to creating a winning content calendar. Once you have your social media channels decided and content mix ready, you need to decide what your social media calendar should include. As I mentioned earlier, every SMM creates a social media calendar that suits their preferences. For example, a freelancer who manages their own social media posts will have a simpler calendar compared to a large brand with full social media team. You need to map out the information and functions that are most important to you. That way you can get the most out of your content calendar. You can start with basic information like social media platforms, date, time, copy, visuals, that is photo, video, illustration, infographic, GIFs, etc. Link to assets, link to published posts, etc. Big agency, which consists of multiple team members to manage social media presence, can have a more complex content calendar. Such calendars include more advanced info like platform specific formats. For example, a dedicated Instagram sheet that has all the info for different content formats like feed post, story, reel, poll, live stream, ads, shoppable posts, etc. Information related to social media campaigns and contests, products launch, etc. Information on budgets like paid ads, additional budget details, etc. would help bigger teams synchronize. Yet another information on multiple team members. Who was assigned the task? Has the content been approved by seniors? These information helps the whole team stay on the same page. If you are just getting started, a simple spreadsheet works well. But if you are looking for a more powerful solution, you can check out tools like Airtable, Notion, Hootsuite, etc. So now you know how to create a social media content calendar. Let me share some of the most interesting benefits of creating a content calendar. The first benefit of creating and using a content calendar is it helps you stay organized and saves a lot of time. Social media content creation and posting takes time and attention every single day. A well-structured content calendar lets you plan ahead, batch your work, avoid multitasking, and note down all your content ideas for later. Social media planning calendar tools even allow you to schedule social media posts ahead of time. That means you can share content every day without logging into your social platforms every hour on the hour. Imagine the time you save by doing this. The average internet user regularly uses 6 to 7 social media platforms. For social media managers, the number can be much higher. When you are managing multiple accounts, getting organized is important. Planning and scheduling your content frees up time for more strategic work. Second benefit of creating a content calendar is it helps in staying consistent. There is no hard and fast rule about how often you should post on social media, but you need to stay consistent. Either posting every day or posting twice a week. The frequency is your own choice, but staying consistent to that frequency is all that matters. Sticking to a regular schedule is important so that your audience knows what to expect from you. This this brings me to the third benefit of creating a content calendar. This is actually the fun benefit. So, if you have your social media content planned and scheduled, you can take a real vacation. Yes, that's a huge benefit of being organized and planning things in advance. You can actually take time off, no logging into your work accounts on Diwali or Eid, late at night or early in the morning. And most importantly, creating a social media calendar helps in prioritizing self-care, especially in today's overwhelming social media world. Planning your posts ahead of time allows you to proofread your work, and this is often a savior. When you are not rushing to post, you get proper time to check everything twice before posting. You can avoid spelling errors, grammatical mistakes, second guessing at the tone or voice of your post, etc. All of these little things matter when you are managing social media for your clients. Avoiding these mistakes and attention to details can actually help you become a sharp and trusted social media professional. If you have an approval-based social media calendar where your client is also part of the process, it is the best way to prevent everything from minor mistakes to social media crisis. One of the major advantages of creating a content calendar is that it allows you to craft content that supports your social media marketing goals. It helps in timing your content accordingly to important holidays and events. Your campaigns and contests can be well managed and organized. Planning content in advance gives you time to think about partnership opportunities. You can approach influencers and creators for collaborations and working together on sponsored content. It also makes it easier to coordinate your organic and paid content so that you can make the most of your social advertising spends and budgets. And the last most important task of creating a content calendar is measuring results. It is often said, what gets scheduled gets done, and only what's done gets measured. Your social media analytics are an informational goldmine. You can use those insights to improve loose results and produce more of your best content. And that's a wrap. I hope this detailed video on creating a social media content calendar and its use and importance helped you understand the overall concept of planning social media marketing efforts. Let me know in the comments, how are you creating your calendars and which tools are your favorite. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel because it's your go-to free resource for becoming a pro SMM. Until next time, keep creating and sharing good vibes globally. Bye-bye.